This is so awesome. I can't even begin to tell you how cool this is. It is so cool that I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to ask everybody to move over so So, of the many people who will be reading and talking tonight, I'm by far the least interesting, so I'm going to keep this very short. When I was 15 years old, I went to a writing camp on the Boulder River. And one of the speakers at that camp was Gats Yortzberg. And at the time, I knew his name, but I hadn't read his work. So after the camp, I then went to the Livingston Public Library. And I went to the Livingston Library after meeting Gats. I was 15 years old, and I started to read my way through his oeuvre. At the public library, they have these great first editions of Elk and Falling Angel. And after reading my way through, I couldn't believe not only that this guy lived in Montana, but that I just met him. Holy crap, this seems so amazing. A couple years later, I was at the firehouse gym working out, and somebody pointed out to me that the guy down in the racquetball court, playing around, swinging a pretty good racket, was Tim Cahill, the adventure writer. And again, I'd known the name, but I hadn't read his work at that point. I was 16, 17 years old. So I made it a point to go back and start reading Tim Cahill. And I could not believe, again, same impulse, that this guy not only lives in my hometown, but I just watched him, playing racquetball. So I pass along those two stories because the impulse, the reaction from me has been consistent throughout not only this project, but my work in Montana Letters. Every time I get to publish someone else, every time, everyone in this book, every time I get to read new writing from someone in Montana, I'm astonished. Not only that we have this amazing treasure trove of writers, but that I get to publish them and edit them and have access to them as friends. It's the great privilege of my life. Putting together these books has been, in some ways, the capstone of that. So thank you so much for coming out to commemorate the event. Thank you so much to Elk River Books for being the venue that we can use to meet new writers and see the books on the shelves. It's extraordinary, and this new space it's fantastic. So the theme of the evening, as far as I'm concerned, is gratitude. Thank you to the writers who participated in this book. And most of all, thank you to Elk River Books for lending us their brand and their blessing on this project. So, Mark,